Well, even though the people and the world have overwhelmingly turned against Israel, unfortunately, our politicians have not. This here is a graphic of members of Congress. See that sea of red? That's everyone who's been bought off by Aipac. Look at the very few splotches of blue. Those are the ones who have not been bought off by Aipac, but you can see the vast majority of our politicians have been bought off, which is why we can't have nice things. Aipac even bragged about how they have bought off all the Democrats. The Democratic base is overwhelmingly against Israel at this point. Republicans are now majority against Israel, especially Republicans under the age of 50. But Democrats are overwhelmingly against Israel. And yet, Aipac brags about how it has bought off all of the Democrats. Watch this.
Well, I appreciate the relationship that I've had with Aipac from the very beginning of my congressional journey.
The pro-Israel community fully embraced me.
Aipac played a very important role in my political campaign. I think it really helped it take off.
Thank you to everyone and Aipac for their deep and long-standing friendship. It means a lot to me.
I mean, they're just rubbing it in our faces at this point. That's what that was. They know that the people, the American people, are against them. And so they're now rubbing it in our faces that, look, we bought off all your Democrats. Because what other reason would they put this ad out except to just antagonize you? That's the only reason why they did this. Just to shove it in your face. Doesn't matter what you think, you little peon voter, you. We bought your politicians. They do what we say. They work for us, not for you. Good luck out there in your little republic you got going on here. Hope it lasts. Well, it's not going to for much longer if you keep this up, because people will revolt. After a while, people will demand change. That's just how it works every time in history. Just read the books. And it goes to show the War Powers Resolution, they tried to pass this today and it failed. This was a motion to discharge SJ Resolution 104, a joint resolution to direct the removal of United States armed forces from hostilities within the Islamic Republic of Iran. And it failed. Congress is never going to do their job. What is the point of even having them at this point? They have essentially given away all of their power to the executive branch. They basically said, dear leader, do whatever you want. Here's more power. Use your executive pen. Just sign laws over and over. And then every 4 years we get new ones because the next guy throws out the last guy's executive orders and we end up with an unstable government. That's what that is, because Congress won't do their damn job and actually pass laws. One of those is Congress is the body that is supposed to declare war. And today the Senate got together and decided, nah, we don't want to do that. We're just going to let Trump do whatever he wants to do. We're not going to be the ones to declare war. And in this one, they wanted to remove U.S. armed forces from hostilities against Iran, so as long as they're not authorized by Congress. Now, this could have been very simple. If Congress wants to keep the troops going against Iran, if they want to keep war going, this would have been very simple. Take the War Powers Resolution, pass it, because that's your job as Congress. That's according to the Constitution of the United States. And then you could immediately pass another law that declares war against Iran. That's what you could have just done. But then your name would have to be on it. And oh, you don't want to do that, do you? No, because your Aipac handlers who've bought you all off have directed you not to do that. No, it would be bad for you. Just don't do that. Now, just let the president handle it. He'll take the fall. It'll be fine. And you guys just keep allowing it to happen and turn a blind eye. And it is a blind eye. Now, you might say, well, maybe they didn't really feel like we needed to end the hostilities in Iran because Trump won. He declared an end to the war today. He says, yep, the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open. And we won. The war's over. Except, is it though? Is it over? Because look at this. Washington Post reports that the U.S. is sending thousands of more troops and ships to Iran right now. So we have many more ships carrying many more aircraft, a lot more troops headed to the Middle East right now. And these bastards in Congress refuse to pass a war powers resolution declaring war against Iran. They would rather not do that. And then they fake it. The fact that Trump is now sending all of these troops over and more ships and aircraft over, fighter jets over, the fact that he's doing that while claiming to be in a peace talk negotiation, this is why no one trusts us. Because obviously this little pause is just meant to build up armed forces. But I'm sure Iran is doing the same thing. I'm sure they're not naive to that. I'm sure they're also ramping up their arsenal, building as many drones as they possibly can in 2 weeks so that they could just hammer these ships and hammer U.S. bases and kill American troops, because that's what happens in war. A war that we're not willing to declare because Congress is bought off by Aipac. And it doesn't matter what the American people want, because it's all about what Aipac wants. Time magazine shows us that we have zero control, and Democrats are firmly in the pocket, just like Aipac bragged about. Calls to impeach Trump collide with reluctant Democratic leadership. Oh, what? What? Excuse me? Democrats are reluctant to impeach Trump since when? Oh, so they'll impeach him over Ukraine. They'll impeach him over, he had 2 stupid impeachments against him, and they were so dumb and so frivolous. What was the first one? Was it Russiagate? Were they able to impeach him? Or they were so dumb I forgot. Or was it the insurrection, the supposed insurrection? I think that's what it was. All right, so it was Ukraine and the insurrection. And yet, the supposed insurrection. And yet here they are. Trump has now killed American troops in this unconstitutional war, has declared war without Congress declaring war, has gone against his campaign promises, has waged obviously shown that he's a traitor to the country, not bought off by Russia, but instead by Israel, but all the rest of them are too. And Democrats are now suddenly hesitant to impeach. Oh, why? Because they're in on it too. They like this war. They salivate over this war. Hillary Clinton said that if she were president, she would obliterate Iran. They're all in on this together, and that is why they're not going to impeach him over this. Not war. Don't you know that's America's pastime? Our favorite pastime is war. They said it was football. They lied to us. Our government, our country is so in the pocket of Israel that laws are being passed. We have many laws that are just to benefit Israel, like 38 states, you're not allowed to boycott, divest, or sanction Israel without losing your government contracts or government job. And now San Francisco has passed a new law, San Diego. This is San Diego has passed a resolution defining criticism of Netanyahu, criticism of Israel, criticism of Zionism as antisemitism.
Anti-Semitism has been rising in San Diego and across the country. That's according to Jewish organizations and hundreds of speakers at Tuesday's San Diego City Council meeting. Liat Cohen-Reese directs a local anti-Semitism task force. She says defining it is the city's first step to better fight it.
Well, we need language. In order to understand what something is, we need a definition. We need the language.
Nearly everyone who spoke agreed anti-Semitism needs to be combated. They disagreed on how to define it. The city adopted the definition of the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, or IRA. It's been adopted by dozens of countries and cities across the U.S., including Los Angeles, Chula Vista, and El Cajon. It says anti-Semitism is, quote, a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred. It includes 11 examples. 7 of them involve the state of Israel. Critics say the language has been used to silence criticism of Israel and support for Palestinians. One of those critics is Jewish council member Sean Elo Rivera. He says people must be allowed to both love Jewish people and speak freely against actions by the Israeli government.
A definition that cannot hold both of these things at once is not a tool for fighting anti-Semitism. It is a tool for silencing people who care about everyone.
He urged the council to consider other definitions, but he was outvoted 8-1. For more on this debate and to read the full definition, visit kpbs.org. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
So there you go. The government doesn't care. It doesn't matter which government, local government, state government, federal government, doesn't matter. The government is bought off by Israel. Aipac brags about it. And it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter that the majority of people are now against Israel in the United States, which means the vast majority of the world is against Israel because the U.S. is much slower to go against Israel because we've been brainwashed for the last 80 years. But it doesn't matter what we, the people, think because our government is thoroughly bought off and our votes don't matter. So Israel has taken a hold of our government at every level of our government and shown us that we, the people, do not have the republic that we thought we had. We, the people, have no control over our politicians. We, the people, have no control over war, which is explicitly written into the Constitution to be something the people of America declare, because it is the people who have to send their sons and daughters, not Lindsey Graham's non-existent kids, but you send your kid off to war. And that is why the Founding Fathers wrote it into the Constitution that Congress, who is supposed to act on behalf of the people, are supposed to be the ones to declare war. But Congress doesn't listen to us. Our government doesn't listen to us. And it's just going to get worse. Pam Bondi is no longer the Attorney General of the United States, and there is a fast and furious search for a new one, and the rumored replacement at this point is Lee Zeldin. So Lee Zeldin would be in charge of the power to prosecute. And now we've got more laws that define anti-Semitism as criticizing Netanyahu, criticizing Zionism, criticizing the genocide. That is anti-Semitism. And yet we have one of the biggest Zionists ever, one of the biggest Zionists, potentially slated to be the next Attorney General of the United States. Lee Zeldin is the EPA administrator. He is a Jewish Republican, widely recognized as a staunch supporter of Israel and proud Zionist. During his time in Congress, he co-chaired the House Republican Israel Caucus. What? I cannot believe there's a House Republican Israel Caucus, and every single one of those members should be tried for treason. Could you imagine a House Republican China Caucus, House American, Russia Caucus? I mean, but they got that one. But in Israel, one is totally fine. And he led efforts against the BDS movement. He introduced the Israel Anti-Boycott Act, making it illegal in this country to boycott Israel. That is the potential next Attorney General of the United States. So the next time you think America the Beautiful, America the Great, America the Brave is for the people, by the people, of the people, think again, because clearly it is of Israel, by Israel, for Israel, and we're doing anything and everything, including wage war after war after war, and killing children on behalf of Israel. Thanks for watching this clip from the full Kim Iversen Show, which you can catch Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, for free at KimIversonShow.com. See you there.